Morning. This is John G. Presco coming to you live from Springfield, Oregon. 6:40 a.m. on April 30th, 2022. The people in Mariupol, Ukraine, are pleading for help. They want to get out of there. They're dying. They've run out of food. They've run out of water. They've run out of everything. They've been terrorized by a religious fanatic and his backers, Putin, and this religious fanatic. And the Patriarch Kirill has talked him into starting a crusade that would take back all the land that was the Soviet Union and more. Just take over Europe, send in these teachers, and attach them to his oil nipples, and basically Russia would rule Europe. Person Zelensky is a Jew that said, no, that's not my plan. I'm not going to go along with it. And I believe my people are not going to go along with it. And they're not. They're fighting back. This morning, I'm going to tell you that the Bible is false. There's hardly a truth in it. So much is so made up. So much of it are outright lies. It's just hard to avoid anymore. It's incredible. And I thought I'd find the time to write the book showing this in detail and theological setup. Why? Why? Who would read it? The Bible is a lie. And then read page after page of truth, facts backing it up. Well, I'm running for governor, folks. And I don't think hardly anybody knows that I'm running for governor. And they're surely not going to like this message this morning. Hey, did you hear about this guy, John Presco, that's running for the governor of Oregon? And he's making this tapes proving the Bible's a lie? It's fiction? The reason he's doing it is to stop the world from ending? Because Putin went insane over Kirill's edict that homosexuals in Ukraine have to be destroyed, and that's just the beginning. If he were to take over the rest of Europe, Czechoslovakia, Poland, they were going to purge the homosexuals, people. And I saw this coming in my novel, The Royal Janitor, where I made Victoria Rosamond Bond and Miriam Starfish Christing lovers, lesbians, LGBTQ people. And Starfish was people were from Ukraine. So what's the end for me? What is this end sign that just says enough? Just enough. There's an article about how Christian nationalism is the meteor that's going to hit our democracy and destroy it. Well, I've been saying this for 35 years. I'm done saying it like, oh, well, let the people have their religion, John, it's opiate of the masses, People are already trying to destroy you because the truths about your sister's death you've been uncovering that prove people that were there lied about how your sister died. All right, so let's concentrate on this. Royal Rosamond Press. So I'm lying in bed, cuddling with my cat, my little kitten, and then we started playing, and now I'm up. Uh, she's been fed. I love this little cat. She loves me. So the point is, I have a reason for living, and whatever he wants me to do is, uh, shut my mouth and stop telling the truth. I rescued Dottie Witherspoon when I was in Boston in 1971. Her great-great-grandfather is John Witherspoon, the signer of the Declaration of Independence. He was the founder of Princeton. He's a descendant of John Knox. He was the foremost religious person in the United States of America, Scott Irish, and my alleged grandfather, John Wilson, another foremost uh, uh, founder and leader of America. He founded Harvard. So John Wilson, my grandfather, founded Harvard, and I lived with Dottie Witherspoon for close to a year. And her great grandfather was the founder of Princeton. So let's just jump into it. I posted on the Restored Judges, and I read the Bible at 40, started studying it intensely, and just started seeing so much that was wrong. I mean, wrong because it just didn't make any sense. And one of the things that I couldn't buy was that David's son allegedly betrayed his father, and somehow, he had to die, hung in a tree by his hair and pierced with lances. Well, was Jesus hung in across a tree by his hair, and his side was pierced with a lance? I don't see a Roman crucifixion. Sorry, there's no reason for it. The alleged Jesus, who I think is fiction, and King David, who I believe are fictional characters, have really taken both books of the Torah hostage. And without them, they wouldn't exist. So we're just going to read these lies. When? For another 1,000 years? When the world's already ending because of religious lies? Kirill and Putin, and there's the right-wing Christian Republicans that I believe got us into the Iraq War. So we're just going to go along with this lie and let them take over and destroy democracy, starting with their Messiah, she-witch, Marjorie Green. I mean, she's the monster, the Krill. Watch Forbidden Planet, the monsters of the id. Well, she's the monster of the id, and she's in the Congress, and the Jews hate her because she's saying that the Rothschilds use beams from satellites to start fires in California. And is she mentally ill? No. She's us. Is she a witch? No, she's us. She's millions and millions of Americans that have been bred with the help of the right-wing Christian Republican Evangelical Party. It's been breeding these people. And they elected Trump, and he's been breeding these people. And they're legion. And they don't read the Bible, but they claim they're Christians. Are they going to listen to anybody pointing out methodically the lies in both books of the Bible? No, I don't care. They don't love the truth. This is what I'm waking up to. They do not love the truth. The force that's ruling the Republican Party are haters of the truth. So I got my coffee on. I just don't buy the whole thing about Absalom. I just don't. And he appears to be um, a embodiment of Samuel the Nazarite. They were both Nazarites. They both seem to be judges. And some biblical scholars believe that Saul, King Saul, was Samuel. Then become to Jonathan's, uh, 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 Saul's son. And apparently he becomes sort of a lover of King David, and they get really close and they really love each other. And Jonathan ends up dead. Really? So you got Jonathan and Absalom, these two beautiful sons of God, right? Being killed in a murdered. And Saul commits suicide. Something's wrong with these stories. So the thing that I don't buy is Jesus keeping his healing a secret. Like, don't tell anybody I healed you. Don't tell the Pharisees and the Jews and the priests and the Sanhedrin or any of the people in charge of the Jewish religion. I'm healing you. I go, what? Well, why? What's the point of that? Was this done afterwards? Someone born 100 years after Jesus did say, we got to write the Jews out of this text. We've got to, the same way Jonathan was written out, and the same way Absalom was written out. How the hell are we going to get rid of John the Baptist? Because he's real. He existed. And Jesus says he's the greatest prophet born of woman. Then he's coming Elijah, and they start jiggling with that. The liar pin comes out. So how do we move, what Jesus was saying about John? No, we can do that because we invented Jesus. Oh, I get it. So we invent Jesus to cast a shadow on John the Baptist, who was real, and say that John was only born to say, oh, look, here's the great, great Son of God, like the son of Zeus. We got the Greek Roman pantheon here. We got two gods now. We got the original God of the Jews, and he divided himself in twain to have a son for some reason. Well, the reason was to steal the religion of the Jews after the fall of the temple. And Paul did that. He says, boy, salvaged the Jewish religion after the Romans decimated it, after they took the menorah and all the temple artifacts, along with Berenice, Queen Berenice, to Rome. Queen Berenice was having an affair with Titus. So then you have Josephus, who really was a quisling of the war between the Jews, and he was in Rome writing the history of the Jews, probably hanging around in Caesar's court with Berenice, saying, yeah, it's over, the whole thing, because there was a rebellion over the dead archives. Jews were burning the dead archives, rebel Jews. And this has a lot to do with Jesus coming into Bethlehem and opening up the Bible and reading from Isaiah, which is about the Jubilee and the debts being forgiven every 7 years, and every 50 years the land restored, and indentured servitude was common, so they freed the bondage. If you signed your made a loan to go make the temple sacrifices, and then you became an indentured slave for 7 years. You did so because you'd be released. Well, the Sanhedrin did away uh, of that, of the Jubilee. So all these people were stuck being slaves, and their children were slaves, and their grandchildren were slaves, because the debt just could not be paid off. And that was the source of rebellion. The phylacteries that the Jews wore, the passages reminding the Jews that they were slaves in Egypt, and God freed them, and God is their ultimate master. All right, so 60 minutes here. I'll go get my coffee. Just had to jump out of bed and do this and say this because I've been working on my bio to present to the voters, and I found myself being tricky and deceptive. And well, I can't tell them that. Well, I should, but I should tell them that. Well, no, you better not. Well, John, you're not going to win. Might as well be as honest as you can. But yeah, then they'll think I'm crazy and try to lock me up. And gosh, and then there's these lunatics, Christians with guns that are threatening people's lives, leaders who oppose them. So here it is. What is it? Truth Thursday? What is it? Friday, Thursday? I don't know. I'll be back. You hear?